Hello everyone, and my name is Aryan Phanda, and I am going to be presenting the term presentation of CIS 190. So, coming on to the next slide. Next, we have my main topic is display and monitors. So, today I will be talking about various things about the displays and the monitors. So, firstly, the main topic I will be choosing now is the characteristics of monitors that I have. So, firstly, we have the size of the monitor, the resolution, the refresh rate, interlaced and non-interlaced, dot pitch. So there are various characteristics of each and every monitor that if a person buys should look into them. And every person has each and every choices according to their own needs for a monitor. So coming on to the size first. The size of the monitor, as you can see by this screen, mustn't be your screen. So this is my screen, which is 18.5 inches. So the first character of the monitors are defined as size. So as the size is measured in the term of length and breadth, the monitor of the computer is just like a TV screen, you can say. So the monitor is measured in terms of diagonal inches, as you can see right here. So this means that the length is covered from one corner to the opposite corner of the screen. So next, we coming on to the next slide, which is the resolution. So the resolution, as you can see from this picture, there are various kinds of resolution. So firstly, talking about what is resolution. So resolution, that means how the pixel, the dot packed on a screen, the pixel is a single point in a graphic image. The monitor displays pictures by dividing the display screens into millions of pixels, which is arranged in the row and column patterns. So the pixels are so closely together, so they appear to be connected each and every time. So generally the VGA monitors up to the, like for example, 24 per pixel, they are aligned. So then the display more than 24 bytes per pixel align them to be more than 1600 million different colors that they can display at the same time. So this is, as you can see right here, we have different kinds of resolution. The first is 4K, which is the ultra high definition. So after this, and nowadays 8K has also been appeared. Again, we have like 1080p, 420, which is full HD, 720p, which is HD, and 480, which is also HD, but it cannot be as good as a 720p. Coming on to the next we have is refresh rate. So as you can see on the right side of the image, if you are using a 60 hertz display, it will not refresh each and every time. As you can see, the plane which is right behind it is quite far as compared to the left side one, which is 144 hertz, and which is the plane is occurring each and every time, and it is refreshing, the screen is refreshing so fast. So now display of the monitor must be refreshed. That determines how many times per second the screen is to be refreshed. So the reference rate per minute for a monitor is measured in hertz, and it is also called as frequency or the vertical reference rate. So the old standard that the monitor refresh rate was, like for example, 60 hertz, and nowadays we have 140 hertz up to 144 hertz. Also in nowadays the phones are also coming up to like 90 hertz, which is a big deal in phones. Like for example, OnePlus phones is coming up to like 120 hertz, and the iPhone that we all use, it comes around 60 hertz. So next we have is the interlaced and non-interlaced. So firstly, coming in an interlaced monitor, the electron beam takes two passes to form a complete image. So it skips every other row on the first pass and then goes back and fills the missing rows. Uh, this is the interlaced version, which as you can see in the right side. So coming on to the next, secondly, we have is a non-interlaced monitor. So this does the whole job in one pass. They trace each row consecutively, like one by one. They rows are traced at one time. So if we talk about interlaced monitor, they are much easier to build, and therefore they are cheaper also. But as you can guess, they aren't as good as non-interlaced. The right side is interlaced and it is not as clear as the non-interlaced version. So the main problem is that all things being equal, it takes twice long as to create the complete screen, as you can see over here, to create the as compared to the interlaced non-interlaced version. So next we have is dot pitch. So dot pitch, which is also known as pixel pitch. So it is measured in, for example, that defines the sharpness of the display, and each and every what sharpness to what all will the picture define, it shows that. And also coming on to that, it measures the distance between the dots used to display the image on the screen. So this distance is, as you can see, the lower the dot pitch, the distance is very small, and it's typically measured in fraction of millimeters. So it is smaller than the dot pitch, which is the lower shadow mask version. So it is quite used in nowadays. So the smaller the dot pitch, the sharper the image will be. So as you can see, the round one, the image it will be better. Coming on to the next, which is color standard. So there are sRGB and then Adobe RGB. This is majorly, like for example, sRGB stands for standard RGB, which is red, green, and blue. So sRGB RGB is which defines the range of colors that can be displayed on a screen or on a print. It is most widely used color space, and it's supported by most operating systems, softwares, and monitors and printers. Every color on its computer screen is comprised of individual red, green, and blue values. So the sRGBs specifications make sure colors are represented the same way across different softwares and also different programs and everything. So for example, if you select sRGB color space in your image editor, and for your printer, which is typically the default setting, the colors produced by the printer will close match to those on the image. So if the color spaces does not match, the printed colors may appear noticeable difference than the ones which you see in the software programs. Now talking about Adobe RGB, which is here, right over here, you can see. So if you select the Adobe RGB color space in Photoshop, then the print to a printer that is set to sRGB, the printed colors may appear dull as compared to those on screen. So this is because Adobe RGB color space has a wider range. As you can see right over here, it has a wider range and than the sRGB. Similarly, an image saved with an Adobe RGB color profile may appear to have less color when viewed on a web, since web browsers use sRGB as the default color. So sRGB is the main using version. So next, coming on to the dual display right here, as you can see, the dual display also is being used as a main port. So coming on to the, while you can see to connect a monitor to an available video port on the graphics card, while when setting up a dual monitor or a triple monitor setup, there is also triple monitor, it's easy to plug them into a wrong order. So it's easier, although they will still work. You may run into issues using the mouse and running applications until you rearrange them correctly. So rearranging is very important when you're talking about multiple displays. So firstly, what all steps do we have to go into? We have to open settings, then click on system, click on display. Under the select and rearrange displays, select selection, and we have to drag and drop for each display that we have. For example, first, second, and third, we have to arrange them accordingly so that it can work properly. So if I give you a quick tip, then when rearranging monitors in these display settings, make sure that all the monitors align to the top perfect. Otherwise, you'll have problem moving the mouse cursor between the monitors. From left, for example, if you have a bigger display as compared to dual monitors, majorly the dual monitors are approximately of same size monitors. So that is very easy. So Samsung Electronics Co. today, like they have also now, not today, they are announcing various, as you can see, like here there are, these are third generation computers, and as we all know, I will now be talking about gaming computers also. So as you can see by this photo, this is a full gaming computer, and this is a curved display which looks very cool when you're playing. Or this mainly, and this has a huge big refresh rate, the best in class everything. So this, as you can see, is a Samsung, like for example Samsung Electronics display. So these are the modern and minimalized space monitors, the CRG9. This is a CRG9. They are designed for an unparalleled gaming experience. And also we have the UR59C, which is a stunning 4K Ultra HD curved monitor, ideal for content creators, where majorly the content, because they are heavily expensive, the major the current content creators are only able to buy them. So also the each monitor offers the best of the new technologies, ranging from ultra wide screen and lifelike colors for immersive gaming to a space-saving design to increase the productivity. Like for example, Samsung's latest monitor lineup is an incredible and versatile, and demonstrates our commitment to continue the innovations and leadership into the category. So this is said by the executive vice president of Samsung. So also all the monitors that they make, they are large. The for example, they take it for larger strategies, and the year to keep it up going, you have to choose, so you can get what you want: beautiful, hardworking device that inspire you to do more. This is also said by the vice president of Samsung. So they have an ability to do best in class, and everything should be best for Samsung. So that is it from my side, and these are the references listed here. And thank you, that is it from my side.